welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, brought to you by Barstool News Network. It is
Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. Really hope the Tigers won. That's the LSU Tigers, my alma mater.
I bet you the Tigers won.
You bet the Tigers won? It's a real dad joke. Real dad joke. It's when when a dad drops a kid off at a sleepover and he's like, "I'll see you next year on New Year's Eve." You know, that kind of dad joke?
Yeah.
Bet the Tigers won.
That's a good one.
But really, I hope the fucking Tigers win. But we don't know because we're taping this during the national championship game right now.
Whoa. We're big sports fans. We're taping it at the very, very beginning. We have the game recorded. We're gonna catch up way before halftime.
So no spoilers.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Anyway, let's get into it. Mark's up, and then Wes, then me. We got a lot of news to come at you. And
let's do it.
Let's get it at us.
Let's do it. All right, look, I think we've talked a lot about the U.S.-Iran current saga that really jumped off after the U.S. drone strike in Iraq's Baghdad airport that killed Qasem Soleimani and a couple other people. But I'm going to still lead off with an update on this. One, because it was a slow news day, and two, because it's still huge news, right?
Huge news.
We have
huge news. You got to cover it.
Have to, but it'll be shorter. All right. Also, thank you to the few people that DM'd us and our close friend, who is an Iranian American and really cool guy, right, buddy?
Oh, he's such a cool buddy guy.
Come
on over here, man. You never like to party with me anymore.
Anyways, long story short, turns out I'm an idiot, and Pat was correct when he said that there are a ton of Iranian Canadians and that there is no direct flight from Canada to Iran. That was a cheap flight they were all on, potentially visiting Iranian family over the holidays, and that's why there were so many Canadians on the plane, because they were Iranian Canadians.
By the way, Iranian Canadians, great band name.
No direct flight.
Great band name.
It is.
Rolls off the tongue.
The rain falls mainly on the plane.
Better before this week.
Yeah, it's true.
But yes, it's a pretty good name. But what's the update? Well, not much, except there is one. The U.S. is starting to pivot on the reason for why they executed the drone attack to begin with.
Okay.
So I was kind of hesitant on this. Like, are they going to release,
Right, the big news.
The
big news yesterday was what was the motivation for the Trump administration to kill Soleimani? Right,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That was
what
the big
was the
news.
motivation?
Everyone was like curious.
Well, from the beginning, the statement was Soleimani, terrorist, bad guy. He orchestrated the plan for the U.S. embassy in Iraq for the protesters, in quotes, but they were actually not protesters.
Right.
They were people working for Soleimani to go fuck with and burn and fuck with the U.S. embassy in Iraq.
But it just seemed a little bit too convenient.
And then
the
they said, hey, the Pentagon and everyone that's in the know in the military knows that Soleimani's been a dick for forever. He's killed hundreds of Americans. All that information's out there. But that also, not only the embassy attack, but he was planning imminent attacks on the U.S.
Right.
Pivoting now.
Okay.
Pivoting now. Because they were like, release the information, the imminent attacks. I think they're now kind of like, okay, they're going to keep asking for this. So let's pivot a little bit. So Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Attorney General William Barr said on Monday that the killing of Qasem Soleimani was part of a larger strategy of deterrence, not necessarily related to imminent attacks.
Yeah.
Barr came out and said, I believe there was intelligence of imminent attack, but I do believe the concept of imminence is something of a red herring for the attack. And
right, but it also is the thing that justifies a president to use military force, right?
He continued. He said, I think when you're dealing with a situation where you already have attacks underway, there's a campaign that involves repeated attacks on American targets. I don't think there's a requirement, frankly, for, knowing the exact time and place of the next attack, and that certainly was the position of the Obama administration when it droned leader of terrorist organizations like Osama bin Laden. So they're pivoting to say, hey, and I think also some information came out that we've been trying to kill him for 7 months.
Better safe than sorry.
Right. Now it's like, okay, fine. We didn't have imminent information, but this guy's been a bad guy for a very long time, and we had an opportunity to kill him.
The shoe fits.
So it looks like, fair enough, seems like both sides have stopped pumping their chest a bit and are going with a little bit of honesty, which I like. Like, yeah, we shot down the plane, and we were terribly sorry. And yeah, we killed Soleimani because he was a major terrorist target, not because he was planning something tomorrow. So, yeah, I guess everyone kind of slept on it a few nights, and things have calmed down a little bit.
I'm just excited if the 7 months thing's true, because the concern whenever there's a military engagement, you're concerned, like, is the leader doing this to distract from other shit, like impeachment, right?
My only thing...
Still could be, but...
USA all day. But my only thing was, like, did they really, like, if you're going to kill someone like Osama bin Laden, of course, like, kill him immediately. We've been talking about it for 5, 10, 15 years. But no one had really, in my knowledge doing the news the past couple of years like mentioned Soleimani as a target.
Yeah.
So that was like a little concerning to me. But if we've been planning on doing this for a while and he's a terrorist, then
that's
good on us.
That's also part of the strategy is not telling people.
Right. No,
that
it's
you're
fine.
gonna do it.
I'm fine with it. But that's the update.
Unless you're Geraldo Rivera. Let's get to predict it real quick because we got a huge night tonight, guys. It is the Democratic debate tonight in straight out of Iowa.
Woo!
And we're
Get
gonna
pumped.
We're gonna do a
almost bigger than the national championship game.
It's way bigger. Let's be honest. We're relegated to doing the
Couple
news,
big
not the
nights.
sports, and it's huge for us, baby. But yeah, so the debate's happening tonight. We are doing a live debate commercial watch party show. So we'll do a 30-minute preview, as we always do. It'll be live on Periscope, and then we'll be giving commentary during the commercial breaks. Then we'll do a breakdown show to start 30 minutes before the debates, which I believe is what?
It's the best live stream possible.
It's the best live stream possible.
It's like 7:30 Eastern.
But here's the deal.
Or
So
8:30 Eastern.
You know our sponsor, Predict It. PredictIt.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get a free $20. You might want to do that this morning because we have some prop bets up for the debates, and those are who will have the most speaking time, who will have the least speaking time, how many candidates will say millionaire or billionaire, and it's 0 to 6. 0 is cheap right now at 2 cents. 2 to 5 seems like it'll be the most likely amount of mentions, with 4 being the favorite at 34 cents.
That's the one last time I think I won all of my money back on 4 mentions of
I
billionaire.
hit big on that one.
I gotta be straight honest with
Millionaire.
you. If you play the mention markets, especially the mostly speaking time and the mention markets, it's fucking electric.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
it's better than live betting
Oh my
sports.
God. It's like
It's a heart attack.
Yeah,
the,
it's awesome.
the debate becomes almost like watching porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Almost.
It's like constant goal lines.
porn's got a special
What
place
else
in my
we
heart.
got? What
Anyway,
else we
okay. Well, how many candidates will say impeachment? 0 to 6. 0 again, best odds at 7 cents. 6 is the front runner at 29 cents a share.
Which is 0 is the best odds at 7 cents, but this is the first debate since the impeachment.
Right.
There's a 0% chance that
People are saying impeachment.
impeach. It's any version of the word impeach.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
So it's impeachment, impeachment, impeaches. They covered all of it. There's no way that it's 0.
Yeah, I'd say maybe even all of them is the best.
Well, that's the best odds.
And
right?
then the third-
That's the highest. That's the highest amount of share.
Yeah.
Like 29 cents share.
Third mention market is how many people will say Soleimani. 0 to 6. This one's pretty evenly spread out.
This is tough.
Interesting as well. There will be a bump market, which will
Hit today.
Hit today. So essentially, like
Who wins the debate? Who
right
loses
after the debate, you'll know, which is new, which is very cool.
Yeah, exactly. Unlike last time, it was like a week later when you found out like who got the biggest bump in the polls, but it's a week later. This is hitting on Wednesday, and it's going to be very much correlated to the debate. So, who has the best debate will be important. Those come out today. I already have $600 in this. I have Steyer huge on least speaking time, and I hedged with Klobuchar, and I have Sanders at most speaking time, and I have I think what did I buy? I think I bought impeachment no for 0 at 92 cents because it's only 7 cents a share, but impeachment no is a guaranteed 0.
Right.
No,
Couple other pieces of news. Cory Booker out of the race. Cory Booker out of the race, dropped out.
Out of the election.
Total bummer. So pretty much in terms of who qualified and will be on the stage tonight, it's Biden, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Sanders, Steyer, and Liz Warren. Our boy Yang Gang will not be there. But anyway, take a look, guys. Watch us tonight.
What's that URL?
Oh, it's predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20.
Boom.
Get it.
All right, guys. In what is perhaps the most desperate online dating personal ad ever, billionaire Yusaku Maezawa, not saying that right, but I don't care.
Oh, close.
Has let the world know that he is looking for that special girl to die with when he becomes the first person to take part in space tourism with a trip around the moon via Elon Musk's exploding rocket company, SpaceX.
Hold on. When you said this to me earlier, I thought you were saying this guy was looking for a partner to Mars. You just talking about a partner around the moon?
Around the moon.
It's not certain death.
This is a big
You don't
red
think so?
flag.
You think?
A billionaire needs to put out a personal ad.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to meet people when you're at the top of your game.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, you could meet skanks. There's skanks. We know that.
This lady's going to die before they even launch.
We're talking about
She's getting murdered.
try to
before
find
launch.
skanks that are into astronomy. It's hard.
Well,
And I promise I won't murder you.
he recently broke up with his
Where's
girlfriend.
the oxygen? Something's wrong with their spacesuit. So many excuses.
Maezawa recently broke up with his girlfriend, probably because he was trying to convince her to go to the moon.
Probably because he killed her.
One of Elon's rockets, and is now in
Allegedly.
search for the woman he plans to die with. Taking to Twitter, the fashion mogul posted a picture of himself looking at the moon with the caption, come to the moon with me? And I might add, it's not the best picture of him, so come to the moon with this rich 5 and potentially die. And he's not giving the ladies a lot of time to mull over the possibility. With
You mean the moon to me.
Yeah. The application deadline is January 17th, so if you're listening out there, ladies, act now if you want to, get on this rocket with this dude.
Is he putting this out there like a date? Because sex is going to be expected.
Well,
Good news, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, international travel sex
A billionaire
is expected.
Japanese guy is not going to be a stickler on his time frame. I'm sure he's going to be real into someone that comes in late.
Right. Well, he's going to make his final pick by March. So lots of time to blow through all these girls and test them out. Applicants were asked to submit their
I don't like
height.
the way you said that, Wes.
Sorry, that was disrespectful, but it's true. Applicants were asked to submit their height, job, a special skill, and extra selling points. Also, what they think of Misawa and photo of themselves. And I think we all know what he wants to hear and see there. Special skill, gives great blowjob even when very, very nervous. This guy is just off his rocker. Same guy who gave away $9 million to 1,000 of his Twitter followers in New Year's. Same guy who was going to make a documentary called Full Moon Lovers with the lucky woman he picks. The film will chronicle their last years alive on Earth, and then with a horrific explosion on national TV.
What's the thing you can spend like $100 to and go and do like the anti-gravity test, the famous, the popular chain.
Like the
Well,
skydiving thing?
they have the planes that you can go into.
Yeah, no, like the silo that you go into. Like there's like
I don't know
there's
if does that really exist?
Ice Sky.
Fuck yeah, Ice Sky.
Ice-
The winner of this is
iFly, yeah.
the winner of this is going to be a girl giving sucking on a banana in an iFly. That's literally it. Just go to the iFly and then invertedly suck on a banana.
Yeah. So
Right?
This trip is supposed to take place in 2023. Well, I mean, these are like the people that have signed up to go to Mars for NASA.
That's a hell of a commitment.
They're gonna drop out
Because you're saying 2023, you got 3 years that you're committing, and that you can't. If you date anyone between then and 2023, they're gonna be like, "Well, you're gonna bang that guy on the spaceship."
They're gonna be like, "Thanks for all the clothes. I'm not gonna go to the moon with you."
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I got in some serious hot water for asking someone to prom, and then never mind.
All right, guys.
You're right.
As the Harvey Weinstein rape trial closes in, juror selections are taking place this week. A very interesting potential juror is being considered, and that is supermodel Gigi Hadid, who was seen leaving a Manhattan courtroom yesterday. She's one of a pool of 120 jurors initially called.
Yeah. She has no chance of being on the jury.
You think?
No.
Well, here's what's interesting. So during the selection process,
It
Hadid
seems too close to
knowing exactly he's a
conflict
rapist.
of interest.
Well, there is a conflict of interest because Hadid said that, in fact, she'd met Weinstein before.
Shit.
Yeah, which led the judge to
It's a
ask
small
her.
world when you're super hot and live near Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, and he's got
Small hotel room.
a homing beacon for super hot chicks. Anyway, so the judge went on to ask her if that after she admitted she knows Weinstein, if she could in fact be fair and impartial. To which she replied yes. And then after a list of potential witnesses was read, Judge Burke asked the jury pool if they knew anyone on the list, and Hadid raised her hand and said, "Yeah, I've met Selma Hayek," which was undoubtedly met with a collective eye roll from everyone else in the fucking room. Like, yeah, cool, Gigi. We're sure you have.
They're like, how many of you jurors have been assaulted by Harvey Weinstein? Half the room raises their hand.
Yeah, it's hard to find impartials with that sex monster out there. Anyway, the group of 120 potential jurors was whittled down to 35 that were asked to fill out a jury questionnaire and return to court on Thursday. And Hadid, who both knows the accused and at least one of the potential witnesses, somehow made the cut. Who would have guessed it?
Wow.
You guys see what's going on here?
That's a horrible, horrible defense attorney.
You see what's going on here?
He's trying to get it thrown out.
No, I'm not a lawyer, but I think it's pretty clear that when a supermodel is potentially on the jury, you keep her around as long as you can. Because she's nice.
Just everyone in the courtroom just like shaking their heads.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. The jurors are stoked. The lawyers are stoked. Everyone's fucking stoked.
That's true.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious, I think, if you ask me. I mean, come on. She should have been fucking thrown out. I'm not a lawyer.
Immediately.
Immediately.
She shouldn't have been allowed.
She's got a half degree of separation from someone who was raped by Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yep. But she's sticking around. Let's take it to the internet real quick.
Let's get her in the front row.
Just the Facts on Twitter says, I wasn't chosen as a juror once because the defendant owned a restaurant I ate at for lunch several times per week.
Yeah, there's probably more to it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the facts, probably more to it.
No, but what I'm saying is this guy got thrown out just because he eats at a restaurant.
Yeah, no, I think there's more to it.
Okay.
All right. That's what he's saying.
Anyway, Hadid, I bet she makes the fucking jury.
She's in the news, isn't she?
She is.
All right, guys. We don't talk about sports a lot, even though we love them, because there are plenty of other podcasts that cover sports a la Pardon My Take. You have to, I mean, you are
Great pod.
You have to listen to it.
Yeah, gotta listen to it.
Starting 9, Surf and Turf,
Mhm.
Spitting Chicklets,
All great pods.
etc. These are great pods, especially Pardon My Take. Shout out PFT. But when it's a big story, it makes its way onto our show. And I guess what I've uncovered, guys?
A big sports story.
A big sports story. You're sharp today, Pat.
And it's Texas, so even closer to home.
You are right. Major League Baseball reviewed the Houston Astros for their stealing signs cheating scandal, and it was so bad that they just decided to suspend the Astros general manager Jeff Lunhow and manager A.J. Hinch for an entire season on Monday. And they took away the Astros' first and second round draft picks in 2020 and 2021.
Oh, no, you took away baseball draft picks?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Who gives a fucking
Pat,
shit?
you know who won first pick overall or first and second overall 2 years in a row?
Who's that?
The current champions, the Washington Nationals. You know who they drafted?
Who they drafted?
Strasburg and Bryce Harper.
I'm not saying
they
nothing good
dropped
happens
Harper, but I mean, like, you can literally change your franchise with 2 years of first round picks. The Astros have a lot of talent. They're a good team. But anyways, their fucking manager and general manager got suspended for a year. So a league investigation basically confirmed that the Astros had been cheating by using a camera-based stealing sign system during the 2017 and 2018 regular season, and I guess into like 2019 as well.
I love when Pat speaks out of turn in sports and gets put in
No,
his place
but
by
look,
Mark.
my point is everyone gets
literally,
fucking drafted.
Literally the team.
Everyone gets drafted.
Literally the team that you like that we just rooted for, the Washington
I'm
Nationals.
not saying nothing happens.
They wouldn't have won the fucking
I'm
championship.
not
without
saying
draft picks.
nothing good happens in a baseball draft. I'm saying of all the major sports, the baseball draft is the least significant.
I don't know if I'd agree with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I know like 40 guys that have been drafted into professional baseball. You just like it's just like you pretty much have a pulse. You get drafted.
There's a extremely important position in baseball, like football,
It's like 900 rounds.
A pitcher, a shortstop, or a
yeah,
center fielder in the first. If you get the top 3 picks,
It's such an impactful draft that a lot of people that get drafted don't even play.
Can we
Major League
continue with the
Baseball.
story?
I'm
You're
sorry,
wrong.
you were
You're
saying.
wrong. So what happened next is the owner of the Astros, Jim Crane, you know what? He took it a step further, and he's fucking fired Lunhow and Hinch, the general manager, because what are you going to do? Let's be honest. You're not going to like have an interim general manager and manager for a year and then be like, hey, come on back, cheaters.
Yeah, got to fire him.
Like this last year didn't matter at all. So he fucking fired him.
But you fire
he
him
had to. That was an
and
easy
you
call.
thank them in
Well, yeah.
private
Yes.
for winning, for being winners.
That's true. They were
Yes.
winners. And he also went on to say, I don't think the 2017 championship is tainted. The World Series.
Do they know how the signs were communicated? So if you,
Let me get into that. So that's bad. It's coming up. So that's bad news for the Astros, clearly, but it's also potentially bad news for the Boston Red Sox.
both Sox, my least
You guys
favorite
know
team.
why?
Why is that?
You see, the current Red Sox manager, Alex Cora, who led the Red Sox to a World Series championship in 2018, year after the Astros won, was the Astros manager back then. Back in the day, and he actually was specifically named as the main culprit for implementing the entire camera-based sign stealing system.
He left a pile of shit back there in Houston.
He did. He left before it got
Hightailed
hot.
it for Boston.
I guess he left like right before it got hot, and then he went to Boston, won a championship. But he's implicated heavily in the MLB report, and everyone knows that he was kind of the players came to him with an idea, and he implemented it right away.
New city, same guy.
So the plan was, let's cheat. And for those of you that don't know, like Pat asked, what they did was they set up a camera in center field. It pointed at center field, and the camera relayed to the dugout. So the camera was in center field, and it looked at the catcher, right? So the catcher's the guy
So
that
it's
does
pointing
the
away
signs.
from center field. It's pointing at home plate.
At the catcher, right? But like in center field, they set
Right.
up. So now they can see the signs of the catcher. Once they decoded the signs, they knew it was a fastball or a curveball. It took a little while because every team has different signs, but they all have similar signs, and they're all, at Major League Baseball, so they can figure it out. Once they figured out the pattern and got through a rotation, the second time and third time batters are up, they know what's coming. And what they decided to do was, once they knew what the pitch was, they hit a fucking trash can really loudly with like a bat or something else from the dugout.
Wow.
Right, from right around the dugout, like the guy like right there. They would smash. If it was a fastball, they didn't hit the trash can at all. So
So the whole team was in on it?
Oh, absolutely.
This is so fucked
The
up.
entire team was in on it
That's awesome.
completely for years.
That's awesome.
And like, how do you not catch them for 3 years when they're banging a trash can? Like there's videos you can hear them just like being like, boom. It's like a huge thud. So like they had different patterns for their thuds, whether it was a curveball or like like whatever the fucking other pitches are, like slurve ball, screwball,
slider,
off speed pitches, slider. So any off speed
Changeup.
pitch had at least one hit of the trash can.
Yeah, trash can Morse code.
And the most common pitch, the fastball, you didn't hit the trash can.
This is so fucked up. That's such nasty
They might
cheating.
as well have screamed, "It's a curveball, Altuve!"
Right. And that is hilarious that they left audio evidence. Like they could have easily figured out a sign to sign to the batters
Right.
from the third base coach. Could have been
Anything
signing
else?
the batters. Yeah.
Anything else? Sign that is a fastball.
Idiot.
They were banging a trash can.
All of them, huh?
Everyone already kind of knows that, but if you didn't, it's still funny. And the Red Sox look out because I think Cora is going to get fired.
That's hilarious. All right, guys.
He's a millionaire. He's fine.
The Queen has spoken, and it looks like she is going to grant Harry and Meghan a period of transition, allowing them to split their time between Canada and the UK, and actually seems to be quite understanding after calling the emergency I'm Furious meeting at her estate, Sandringham, whatever, in London, following the
That's
meeting.
an English word, bro.
Okay, well, whatever. It's
Sandringham.
Sandringham.
Okay, there you go.
Sandringham.
Sandringham. Following the meeting, the Queen said the family would have preferred the couple to, quote, remain full-time working members of the royal family, no shit, but that they respect and understand the couple's wish to live more independent lives. She said they have very constructive discussions on the future of her grandson and his family, and she's entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create this new life. As you know, their new young family.
Yeah, she's super understanding.
That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
As is tradition, leave the royal family.
It's tradition.
I mean, if he was the only one, she wouldn't be as understanding.
This is a
Luckily,
fucking-
William's not doing the same shit.
It's a chess game going on right now.
I'm telling you, no, I think that they know it's. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying-
I think they know it's 2020, and I think the Queen.
Does the Queen know it's 2020?
Well, someone's telling the Queen.
She's whipping that
I'm
rover
telling you,
like
someone's
it is.
telling the Queen that he's going to get a divorce and he'll come crawling back.
What's that?
I think that everyone hates Meghan Markle and the royal
Mm.
family to the point they're like, let him go over to Canada and he'll come back without her.
Well, she waited till she had the kid to do all this, which I thought was still a little
Well, when you marry
strategic.
royalty, bro, you don't get out of that marriage before the bond is solidified with children.
Right.
Everyone knows that shit. It's 101. I saw a quote where I said I'm curious about. It was something like from Harry where he said like I'm not gonna stand by and be complacent and let the system that killed my mother go at me.
Well, yeah.
So like what is there any more coming out of the basis or the motivation for the
Oh, it's the
leaving?
paparazzi.
No, the paparazzi.
No, I know what killed Princess Di.
Yeah,
But he's saying like just this bullshit. He's saying this bullshit. Has he come out and been like what specific bullshit he's talking about?
I mean, I think the bullshit's pretty obvious. He doesn't want to live that same life.
The bullshit is an angry wife.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, don't you think that they're going to have even more paparazzi following now because now
Yes.
Canada's going to want to know what the
Yes.
fuck they're doing.
Yes.
Now the UK is always going to want to know what they're doing in Canada.
Yes, of
now
course.
Canada's going to want to know what they're doing in UK.
Yes, of course. And by the way, Canada is fucking furious because one of the, I forget, because I'm an idiot, I forget, but like one of the main publications, not the Washington Post, and I'm not going to libel myself, but one of the main publications came out and said that Canada is like soaking wet, moist over the fact that they're coming.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and that they're like, so, because they're boring in Canada and they need this and they're going to paparazzi the shit out of them.
They
And
absolutely
all the Canadians are like, fuck you. We didn't ask for this. We don't want this shit.
Yeah, Canada
They're gonna
got
be-
its independence from the UK in 1931. So, I mean, like, I think they've been pretty happy being Canadians without the British.
They don't want this shit.
Get them off their money.
No one wants this shit.
Yeah.
They're going to create a need for this shit in Canada, trust me.
Oh, it's
They will want it. So Meghan is currently in Canada holding their son Archie hostage from the royal family, and it's not clear whether she called into the meeting as she was supposed to.
It's a half-bred anyway.
Yeah. The tabloids are also up in arms at the fact that the Queen referred to them by their names and the Sussexes rather than how she previously addressed them, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, leading many to speculate that secretly hope that she will strip them of their royal titles, though that's very unlikely, according to one guy who spends way too much time obsessing
Yeah,
over
to
the
clarify that, a little bit confusing. Essentially, the Queen said Harry and Meghan in the press, and
Yes.
not
Duke and
Duke and
Duchess,
Duchess
yeah.
of Sussex,
Yeah.
which is normal.
Yeah.
As
That
is
wasn't
tradition.
clear? Okay.
right.
All right. So I think as I said, I think they're actually going to be pestered more by the tabloids. I'm over it, though. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, the Queen's driving, man. She's sharp still.
Yeah.
I don't think she was driving.
She was definitely driving. What are you talking about? You think there was like a student
A
driver
driver
car?
red car. There's just
Could have just been an American, car
Maybe.
with the wheel on the right side.
Maybe.
Anyway, guys, the Oscar nominations came out Monday morning, and they are pretty much exactly what you thought they would be, with pretty much the same 6 movies being nominated across all categories, 2 of which were exclusively made so old people could have a reason for date night, so you're never going to see them. Same Oscars as always.
Ford and Ferrari was excellent.
Ford and Ferrari. I actually heard Ford and Ferrari was very good.
I know, I heard.
But Joker's leading the pack with 11 nominations, including
That's a few too many.
Best Picture and Best Actor.
That's a few too many.
You think? I thought Joker was a kind of a perfect origin story. I fucking loved it.
Okay, 11 for Joker, though?
It's a lot.
That's
it's a lot.
about 5 too many.
Listen to you. Perfect origin story.
I just thought it was fucking good.
You
What
don't,
did
even,
you
like,
think,
you don't
Wes?
even like comic
I thought it was
books.
too long. I didn't think it was as amazing as everyone thinks it is.
I thought it was great.
11 nominations is
I thought it was
a lot
slow.
of
I
nominations.
thought it was slow.
That's like Lawrence of Arabia nominations.
Yeah.
That's like Life is Beautiful amount of nominations.
It's a lot.
Yeah. The Irishman, Once Upon a Time in Mexico in 1917, we're bringing up the second position with 10 noms apiece. Antonio Banderas got his first nomination ever for Pain and Glory, which if you hadn't heard of, because it's one of those movies that was made for parents to have date nights that I was talking about. You're never going to watch it. Scarlett Johansson, she got both her first and second Oscar nomination and became one of just a dozen actors who have received 2 nominations in acting categories in the same year. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Jojo Rabbit, which looks fucking great, and then Best Actress nomination for A Marriage Story, which I haven't seen yet on Netflix. But
Okay, I was going to say, it was a Netflix movie.
Yeah, it's Netflix, right.
Okay.
Yeah. But so
Um,
was technically The Irishman. Even
Yeah,
though
it
it's
is.
Yeah,
limited.
absolutely a Netflix movie. And just so you guys know a little inside baseball, to be considered for an Academy Award, you have to play in a movie theater for at least a week. At least last time I had a film out, that's what it was. It might be 2 now, but like
Oh, my God. Did you hear that?
yeah.
Last
talking
time
about
I had a
origins.
film out.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
this.
my God.
Yeah, a little
Jesus
inside
Christ.
baseball.
Yeah, what was that film? What'd you do for that?
I don't want to talk
What'd
about
you
it.
fluff a guy?
I
Right.
fluffed a guy. It's a hard job. I got soft hands. Other noms in
We
major
got
categories.
Academy Award nominated Pat on the show.
I have an Emmy nomination. Fuck you. Best Actor, Antonio, as I mentioned. Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time. Adam Driver for A Marriage Story. Joaquin for The Joker. And
Right.
Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes. That's the other movie that you're never going to see because it was made for your parents. Supporting actor, you got Tom Hanks.
I'm going to watch The Two Popes.
Are you?
But I'm not going to watch the other 2.
Yeah.
I might watch Ford and
The
Ferrari.
Banderas thing is,
I'm gonna
is
watch
foreign language.
The Banderas story when he was like the evil scientist. Did you watch that one from a couple
No, I
years
didn't see
ago?
that one.
Oh, In Your Skin, I think it's called.
Was it good?
Holy shit, that was good.
I got to check it out. Supporting actor, you got Tom Hanks for the Mr. Rogers deal, Anthony Hopkins for Two Popes, Al Pacino for The Irishman, Pesci for The Irishman, and Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Lead actress, Cynthia Erivo in Harriet, ScarJo for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger for Judy.
Nice.
Supporting actors, you got Kathy Bates for Richard Jewell, which was awesome. Laura Dern, Marriage Story. ScarJo, Jojo Rabbit. This woman, Florence Pugh, which she's new. She's 24. It's her first nom for Little Women. And then Margot Robbie for Bombshell.
Joe Pesci, by the way, best part of The Irishman.
What do you think?
I did.
Man, I couldn't even fucking get through it, honestly.
I didn't think De Niro did that great a job, and Pacino's character as Hoffa was just kind of off the wall. But I thought Pesci was gangbusters after taking, like a decade or more off?
Long time off.
Yeah.
Spend time with his family.
Did the guy from Richard Jewell get nominated?
He did not get nominated, unfortunately. But he was fucking great.
Yeah.
Best Picture was Ford v. Ferrari, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story. 1917, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and Parasite, which everyone is saying is the best movie of the year, the South Korean film.
I love Korean movies.
They're fucked up.
Yes. The ones I usually watch are, this one is too, I think.
Sounds like it.
I love Korean movies.
Let's get into the snubs, guys.
All right.
So a lot of people are saying that De Niro got snubbed. Big snub, though, guys, is Sandler for Uncut Gems, which
He's campaigning hard.
He was campaigning hard, and I got a soft spot in my heart for Uncut Gems. Our boy Trinidad James was in the movie.
Yeah,
It was great film.
TJ was in the movie, and our boy PFT interviewed him with Big Cat. Like Barstool was all up on it. Fuck that shit. He should have got nominated.
So Sandler came out on Twitter and said, bad news, Sandman gets no love from the Academy. Good news, Sandman can stop wearing suits. Congrats to all my friends who got nominated, especially Mama, referring
Which
to Kathy
is-
Bates,
yeah.
baby. Mrs. Boucher.
Baba Boucher.
Kathy Bates came in and said, I love you, Bobby Boucher. You was robbed, but Mama loves you. I learned a new urban slang word for you. You the goat. Not the one we eat at home, son. It's doing a little bit of her own writing there.
Wow, they really went into it.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun little Twitter interaction. J-Lo got snubbed for Hustlers. I fucking hated that movie. I think J-Lo was terrible in it. I actually think she's completely unlikable.
Well, I hate you right now.
And then Eddie Murphy, people are saying got snubbed for Dolomite Is My Name, which I also thought sucked.
I didn't watch that one yet.
They got nominated for Golden Globes. People are like,
Heard it's awesome.
It's okay, man. It's just okay.
Okay.
I mean, is Eddie Murphy's like big coming out, so they made a big deal about it, I guess. I haven't seen it.
I'm just excited for his stand-up to come back through, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Hope the Tigers won, as I'm sure they did, Mark.
The LSU Tigers.
Yes. Tune in tonight, guys. We're doing a live debate watch party, commercial watch party. We'll be doing a pre-show, kicking off 30 minutes before the debate, and then a post-show. Get on Predict It for real. It is fucking electrifying. We'll be tweeting our picks throughout the day and talking about them on the show. Have a great... follow at Hard Factor News, at Barstool News, and at Hard Factor Mark, at Hard Factor Wes, at Hard Factor Pat, and at Hard Factor Will. He's going to need some follows because he's probably hungover somewhere with no voice. Have a great fucking day.